Hi everyone and welcome back to the April WARNO Tournament Week 4. Having had a look, there are only a few games available for Week 4 due to the balance issues and people pulling out for that week, etc, etc. So this is actually the second of only 3 matchups available at the moment, though some people might play their match later just for the sake of playing their match. Now today we have Warlord Zoo playing as the 7th Panzer Division, up against Tanner as the 39th Infantry Division. Tanner is in blue on the left, and on the right is Warlord Zoo. Now this week obviously myself and Protozoka are probably going to be covering some of the same matches, but please do check out his channel as well, the SD League channel on here and also on Twitch. So taking in what is on the map right now, we've got a fast push from Warlord Zoo into Foxtrot, which is a common tactic for the player on the right hand side. We also have him pushing some units quite far forward here, and again capturing this area is quite helpful, though he is only sending 1 squad of recon units there. Up at the top, Tanner doesn't have a huge amount. I think Warlord Zoo has enough to defend at the moment, including a T-55 there. Bit of a fight going on here between the Grenzers and the Special Alpha Clara. Strelke there in the BMP, the BMP-3 getting some shots off. T-55 is coming in there for Warlord Zoo. Warlord Zoo has made a good headway into the buildings here in Foxtrot. Reinforcements are coming in now for Tanner, but they weren't there at the start. Also got a MiG-21 taking out a chopper there. Not a lot left in Foxtrot now. Some Grenzers at the back there. Reinforcements are coming in for Tanner, but I think he's going to have trouble dislodging Warlord from that position now. In the centre, we do see that Tanner is in control to some extent of that point. However, Warlord Zoo has a good chunk of units at this side, though very susceptible to some bombers. Speaking of which, SU-24 HE bomber coming in. Oh, that was a beautiful bombing run. Yeah, SU-24. That was beautiful. A couple of squad killed, buildings flattened, these guys all badly damaged. Really, really nice bombing run. Not every day we get a really nice bombing run like that. Absolutely nothing in hotel for Tanner. Focus is on the centre and obviously trying to dislodge Warlord Zoo from Foxtrot. Equally, you can see there's nothing in golf for Warlord Zoo. And it's going to get absolutely insane to say Warlord Zoo all the time, so we'll just call him Warlord from now on. Shilka coming in there, Shilka down there. Yeah, I mean, Warlord is going for the long haul here. He does not want to be dislodged. Command vehicle coming in there for Golf, I assume. Another one for Charlie and command infantry for Alpha. I don't think Tanner will be making a push on Alpha. HE bomber coming in again. Oh. Warlord watching for that. Very, very well played. Got his units out just in time. Equally, HE bomber coming out the other side for Warlord. Didn't get anything at Tanner's though. Tanner also on the move. Good stuff. 2 fairly skilled players here obviously know when to move, know the map meta. You know the drill. We can sort of semi-predict what the plan is. Tanner's obviously main intent will be to cap the centre and push Warlord out of Foxtrot if he can. Ideally in this situation, if someone is heavy pushing Foxtrot, you want to heavy push Alpha, but realistically if Tanner can hold Delta, that's probably better in the long run, because he's probably got more chance once he's got a very secure hold of that, causing Warlord to, you know, have to refocus his attention towards the centre. You can see enemy spotted markers going down there. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know if that's Tanner putting those markers down. Maybe just marking up where he thinks he's seen enemy units? I'm honestly not sure. Lots more reinforcements coming in at the bottom of the map. I assume potentially going to Foxtrot. Could also be going in the middle. T-80BV doing some damage there. Looks like both of the T-55s that were there for Warlord have been killed. These Motsuchin getting hit pretty hard. They will do a bit of damage to that T-80, but yeah, I don't think they're going to survive that fight. They are routed. Warlord pulling back. More reinforcements sort of pushing in for Tanner. Some BMP-3s. Possibly wants to secure this area as well if he can. Warlord still a firm hold on Foxtrot. I mean, once someone's in, it's hard to dislodge them. Command vehicles coming in for Tanner now. Oh, Tanner using a little vehicle, little transport vehicle. It's empty, but it's being used to scout for enemy commands. Very good tactic. T-72 did initially go to aim at it, but it whizzed past before it got a shot off. I don't know if Warlord even saw that, to be honest. Jet gone down there. Looks like... oh no, T-80BV is just retreating. Yeah, there we go. Enemy spotted. Tanner's put his marker down. Enemy spotted there. Oh, it's a command tank coming in for Warlord. Very good maneuver. Warlord ahead by 582 points now. +2 currently. Interesting. Really surprised that he went straight for the Foxtrot. It's not a bad idea though. That's +4 points. Pushing over 600 now. I don't imagine for a minute Warlord is going to bother trying to cap the center point. I think he knows he'd lose his unit. SU-25 AT coming in for Tanner at the top of the map there. I assume heading towards the center. Not sure what it's going for. Possibly the T-72 if you can see it. Or is he just possibly hovering around the back, waiting to be able to see that unit? There is a lot of stuff in here for Warlord now. Warlord does not want to lose his control of Foxtrot, or at least his control of half of Foxtrot. Yeah, that AT plane is just on station, waiting to destroy something. I wonder if it wants to go for this command vehicle here. MiG-21 coming in, anti-air to take that out now. And very little anti-air for P.Uri.Tanner. Though the SU-25 will just engage it anyway. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that absolutely crazy? The SU-25 doing a very good job. Oh, HE bombers coming in. And a seaplane. HE bomber hitting the middle buildings. Yep. And killed. Well done. Nice bombing run. That was just scouting for anti-air. Warlord making a little bit of a push out with some infantry and transport vehicles. Tanner still hasn't killed that, but is sending some motor Strelky over that way. I don't think that Warlord knows that vehicle has spotted him. 2 HE bombers, SU-24s coming in now. Where are they going? Oh, they might be going for that command. They are. I did wonder, but here it goes. Oh, ho, ho. Warlord was watching. Well done, Warlord. I mean, it was a bit obvious, to be fair. 2 big bombers flitting around the middle, suddenly pulling across the middle. That was a bit, yeah. A bit obvious. As long as Warlord was paying attention to what's going on the map, that was an easy maneuver. Motor Strelky still available to be brought in, though. It's 25 rocket plane. Not often we see them. Not absolutely great in this game. Someone did make a good point in the comments the other day. You know, they can be used as cannon fodder if they're cheap enough to waste enemy anti-air missiles. But yeah, they just don't do it for me in this game. I like the fact in Wargame Red Dragon they can fire, you know, they come in and they fire all their rockets off, and then evac. Obviously, in real life, it's optional. It depends how long you keep your finger on the trigger for. SU-24 M4, sorry, SU-22 M4 cluster coming in, going for whatever that was over there. Was that a tank? It's dead, whatever it was. Yes, it was a tank. Ouch. Very tight, very tight bomb spread on that. Things are quieted down a bit. You've got a little bit of push forward from Warlord at the top there. Absolutely no push forward in the center from Warlord. He's building up a few forces there, but at the moment in Tanner's favor. Obviously Warlord ahead 850 points to 71, but Tanner is currently creeping up, and it's all about the fact he controls the middle point there. Yes, Foxtrot might be in the hands of Warlord, but the other half of it is in the hands of Tanner. So Motostrelki still pushing around here. However, there are now defensive units here for Warlord. So those Motostrelki are going to be coming up against some defense units when they arrive. Probably doesn't know that those units are there, obviously. SU-25 rocket attack plane just... Well, that's interesting. It fired a rocket off at those guys, but wasn't really necessarily targeting them. Oh! Alpha Clara up here have killed the command vehicle that was in here. Or command infantry, wherever it was. I don't even see where it got destroyed. Oh, well done, Warlord. Sneaky, sneaky around the back. I didn't even see them get up there. HE bombers coming in now. Going for the back there, but Tanner paying attention as well. This is going to be a bit of back and forth in terms of bombers going for command vehicles here. A little bit of mixture of being sneaky and needing to pay attention to what's coming in on the map. Warlord is in this point. He's in hotel. What on earth? I didn't expect him to push up that far. I mean, he doesn't have anything defending Alpha. If he doesn't get this push, and Tanner decided to counter push, then Warlord would be in trouble. He does have a couple of tanks there, especially Alpha Clara. Just a couple of guns on that. Decent guns, but I'll note right now, HE power of the PKT 20.28, which is very nice. Which means that 56 for the 2 RPKs for the Special Alpha Clara. Just keep that in mind. They're quite powerful right now. However, they got murdered by everything that was there. HE Bomber has just come in there. I don't know where it dropped. I missed that. Oh, Warlord is going to take this entire point. That huge build-up is going to pay off. I mean, Tanner isn't really bringing in anything else to defend this. I mean, those Motostrelki are coming this way, but realistically, I think Warlord has this entire point now. Center of the map still firmly in Tanner's control. Warlord doesn't seem too bothered about it, to be honest. Those BMP-3s finally coming up against some resistance. Yeah, that push failed, but Tanner isn't making a push. He's just building a defensive line. Because Tanner doesn't know how little Warlord has in this back point. Motostrelki still just hanging around at the back there. Command has been moved all the way to near the front, so I don't think they're ever going to get near that. Round here, I've Clara lingering still. Some Motostrelki coming in for Tanner just to kill them off. Obviously, ideally, he needs to recap that so he can be back at +1. But at the moment, 24 minutes left on the clock. +1 to Warlord, and Warlord is almost halfway at 1,000 points. SU-24 MHE bomber coming in at the back there. Heading towards the top. And veering off. Maybe planning to use it to kill those guys? I'm not sure. HE bomber coming in at this side though. Going for those Motorstrelki. Oh, he went for the buildings, but they're out the buildings already. Oh. Oh, he lost one of his tanks to the Motorstrelki and the BMP-3s. And the BMP-3s did a lot of damage to this stuff up here. No, just the vehicles. The infantry are A-OK. Fair enough. Where's that bomber at? It's still there. Did it drop? It's damaged. It got shot at. Possibly drop there? Maybe. There's no infantry there anymore. Could have been a good bombing run there. Tank pushing up there. Special out of Clara. You know, anyone would think that Warlord would like a piece of that command vehicle. HE bombers coming in. Another HE bomber. Anti-air. Sorry, seed even. Anti-air and cluster. Oh! Almost. That cluster did sort of go over the top of it. +3 now to Warlord. I feel like Tanner's a little bit on the back foot here. If we zoom out, it feels as though right now Warlord probably has more on the map. That seed plane just going absolutely crazy. Getting attacked by a rocket jet and another rocket jet. Those out of Clara are still alive. Missing a squad member, but he is going to push them up and try and kill that command vehicle again. This command hanging on by 3 health. I think that was the untimely demise of the seed plane. Oh yeah, that's firmly buried in the ground. Motorstrelki, Grenza there. Grenza obviously wanting to come up and see where that command vehicle is, but will be met by plenty of defense now. So Tanner has been dislodged from this position, and Warlord will push up and probably cut off reinforcements from this area. Probably won't be making another push on Hotel, but it could be that Tanner gives a little push towards Alpha now. But Alpha has been reinforced, I should say, with a couple of tanks. Down here, good effort from Warlord. Almost took the entirety of Foxtrot. I will note that while I've been having a little look at the rest of the map, those Alpha Clara did come up and kill the command vehicle again in this point. They are dead now, however. Motorstrelki must have finished them off. But yeah, that's really good effort from both players, getting stuff around the back to kill CVs this game. Not seen it a huge amount in this tournament, so it's nice to see it done well. BMP-3, not a lot of defense for that vehicle. It is potentially going to get a little bit of repair from the 96 supply there. Another command vehicle coming in for Juliet once more. Hopefully someone will stay alive. +4 though to Warlord. I mean, he is ahead here. We are 21 minutes just under left in this game. And what's happening at the top here? Those Pioneer Flams are about to get wrecked by all these vehicles. Don't know how far Tanner will go. Has he lost one of his tanks? He has. So one of the tanks has come down here, but he had 2 other tanks. Are they both dead in here? There's 1. And there's 2. He lost both of those T-55s. Probably to this T-80. Which has minimal damage. Tanner could do a little push. I mean, there's a lot of reinforcements coming in, including some T-72s for Warlord, to be fair. Perhaps Warlord sitting on a little bit of cash. Still +2 to Warlord right now. Because the command vehicle that was at the back in the centre has been killed as well. I missed that. Bombed into oblivion by the looks of it. HE bomber coming in for Tanner now. this back side of the map. Oh, very nice. Lovely spread again from that SU-24. Such a good HE bomber. Cluster bomber coming in as well now. I assume going for these T-72s. I could be wrong. Where is it going? Sideswipe on them? One of the T-72s is actually dead. Must have got killed by the T-80. No, the cluster bomber is changing its mind and leaving. However, cluster bomber coming in for Warlord. We'll be going for these tanks. Oh, beautiful drop. T-80 out for the count. Grenza just sat there. They could easily be whizzing around the back here to kill that. Though, probably not kill that. Because they don't have any anti-tank. Could certainly see where it is, though. Skirmishing is mostly going on here now. T-72. Yeah, I was going to say T-72 should win that fight. Along with BMP-1 coming up there. Another BMP-1 and some Motsujin. Elsewhere on the map, the center. We do have some movement from Warlord pushing in and kind of surrounding the center now. I mean, honestly, now that Tanner has lost control of the center of the map to some extent and doesn't have a command in there, you can see there is a command coming around the back there. Command infantry. HE bomber dropping again. Is it going to catch them? Nope, they were too far in front of it. And he has lost that bomber. That's unfortunate. Command vehicle coming in for Warlord for the center now. Ballsy move. He doesn't really have control of the center. There's still enemy units there. However, they are only Grenzers, so they're not going to do a huge amount of damage to that vehicle. More reinforcements coming in at the top for Tanner now. Is it worth it? Difficult to say. He needs to control the center. He does have plenty of reinforcements coming in this way as well. That command is coming in, but equally there's going to be a command rolling in eventually from this side for Warlord. There they are. Little command pioneer squad. Still +2. Tanner will cap that first. It will go to +1 to Tanner, and then shortly afterwards, those Sapari are going to... Oh, sorry, those Pioneers are going to cap that point as well, neutralizing it and putting it back as +2 for Warlord. 17-minute mark. Heavily in Warlord's favour. Control of this point still firmly in Warlord's hands. Been no attempts on that command tank at the back. I think Tanner knows it's there, but he hasn't brought in a cluster to hit it. 2 clusters coming in at the top now. Heavy push with Sapri RPO into this point. Cluster going for that tank. The tank is routed. It must be badly damaged. Second cluster hasn't dropped its payload. That's weird. Possible that it was just told to attack the unit rather than attack the ground. HE bombers coming in now for Warlord, taking out the incoming Sapari. Very effective, has killed a few squads. Good use of bombers by both players. In the center here, I do see those Sapari commanders, but we also have the Pioneer commander there. BMP-1's pushing up to try and kill that commander, I expect. Warlord needs to maneuver his T-72. Yep, he is. There it goes. Point is neutralized. Back to 2 points to Warlord. HE bomber coming in there, dropping on the center. An attempt to get the Sapari, I assume. Marker put down by Tanner on the enemy commander. T-72 used to good effect to take out the BMPs. It's a smattering of corpses across this field now. Jet just got taken out. I think Tanner has accepted that he's not going to dislodge Warlord from that point. HE bomber coming in now, going for that commander. Warlord knows it's coming. Is it out in time? No, it's not. Nice spread on those bombs. Again, the SU-24M. Very nice HE bomber. Got a lovely spread. Rocket plane coming in again, getting a few shots off. On the turn. It's such a weird plane. And the way it attacks is really weird. Grenzers being used to spot that command vehicle. No attempt at the bottom to use the Grenzers to spot this command, which has been undefended the entire game. Golf has had nothing in it. I really wish, for Tanner's sake, he had moved those Grenzers around, but he hasn't done. +1 to Tanner currently. There are 14 minutes left. He needs more than a +1 to win this game in 14 minutes, I think. SU-25 AT coming in. And the rocket attack, both going for that tank. Have managed to kill it. We'll be taking some shots from the Shilka, though. That is dead. Rocket plane may also die. Taking shots from those incoming HE bombers. Oh, beautiful bombing run with those SU-22s. And the Cluster 1, finishing off anything that it missed. Very nice. Warlord now in complete control of the centre, basically. Very little from Tanner at the other side, so it will be +2 permanently now for Warlord, unless he puts a command vehicle in there as well. Those Grenzers aren't really going to kill that thing. You could do with pulling those Strelky back up, because at least they have an RPG. Now, interestingly, Tanner is completely surrounded at this point. But I think this game is going to be over before he gets into that point and kills the CV. I think that is Tanner's current issue. Just looking for a command tank coming in for Warlord at the bottom, heading towards the centre. This will push it to +5 and push those points to 2,000 before the 40-minute mark. Cluster bomber coming in there, going for that. Oh, that is a nasty loss. T-64, such a beautiful tank, but taken out very, very quickly by that SU-22. SU-24M, cluster coming in across the middle of the map, going for this command. Warlord doesn't know it. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Does the SU-24 get out alive? We'll be taking shots from a Shilka, but it should just get... Oh! Did get out. Evac as that started firing. Map control has kind of swung around. So, Warlord still controls Foxtrot, or half of it at least. He's now in complete control of the centre, but is losing control of Alpha. Points are now neutralised because of the destruction of this, so no one is getting any extra points at the moment. Just under 12 minutes to go. Could Tanner be about to pull this back? Can he push through that entire point, kill the command infantry, and put his own commander in there? It is a distinct possibility. That would mean he would be +2. In fact, it would mean it would be +4 if no more command vehicles come into Charlie. And it is doable, but he's kind of held back now. There's reinforcements arriving for Warlord. He needs to keep the pressure on. Anti-air jet coming in there, dealing with that rocket plane. The SU-25 rocket has such a tight turning circle because of how slow it goes. It does seem to manage to get a couple of shots. Oh, +3. There's the... Yeah, command in the centre. The tank has arrived. +3 to Warlord. Warlord could be about to win this with a +3. Command infantry rushing towards Alpha to try and take that back down to 1. I think he'll do that, but he needs to be in that point. I'm looking for bombers and things. I'm looking for another command coming into this point, though it will be at risk from those mortar Strelky, which are guarding the road. Oh! I think that was the AA plane finally got killed. HE bombers there, coming in to take out what was at the top. More reinforcements coming in for Warlord here. 10 minutes left, 1,900 points to Warlord. I think this is going to be a Warlord win. It'd be very hard to turn it around with 10 minutes to go unless you had significantly more map control. But a hard-fought battle from both players. Really well done to Tanner. Good effort picking off command vehicles around the back. Oh, it's so late in the game, but those Grenzers are finally moving. Yes, Tanner. I'm so disappointed you didn't move them sooner, but yes, I'm glad you're finally moving them. That was a free kill and would have forced Warlord to expend resources on that point. But I know you'll have forgot that we're there. There's so much going on in the rest of the map. I'd have forgotten too. Big fight for this point at the top. It's back to +1 for Warlord, but Warlord is way ahead in points now. 1,966. I mean, it's going to go pretty much to the wire. It's going to go to the 2,000 point mark. Tanner, I think, probably realises he couldn't possibly win at this stage, but he's fighting on, which I really admire. Good sportsmanship. Really well played to both of you again. Really enjoyable game. Lots of back and forth. Lots of pushing different areas of the map. Lots of that. If someone's pushing here, I need to push here. That's what we like to see. Keeps the combat going. Sensible use of bombers. Not an excessive spam fest for the most part. I say that knowing full well that Warlord just spammed to load out, but for the most part this game has seen bombers used tactically in a sensible way, and there hasn't been an air spam even from Warlord, who has the air spam deck. Victory to Warlord. Kills, you know, yes, Warlord was a bit ahead, 1,400-ish, 1,350, but pretty close to be fair. It wasn't like it was double, and I think that was obvious from the point in the game where Warlord just had a lot more on the map. But really well played to both players. I'm not going to do the second game straight afterwards. This is a 31-minute game. The next game is heading towards the 40-minute mark as well, so it'll just be too long for you guys to watch when it gets over an hour. So what we'll do is we'll have that as a separate video. Please check that out tomorrow. It will be going up then. But for this one, let's just have a quick look through what got the kills. Bomber's getting a few kills. Clara getting some nice kills. Obviously, Matsuchin, Shilka taking out a few aircraft in the Grenzer. And on the other side, Strelky T-80 BV, as you would expect, doing a lot of damage. Biryusa getting a few planes. T-80 BV again. BMP3 doing pretty well. That Su-25 rocket did manage to kill a few things. It got the kill on that tank. The anti-tank jet didn't get it. That's interesting. Well played, guys. Really enjoyable game. Looking forward to the second one. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Tune in tomorrow for the second part of this matchup. See who comes out on top.